Right. A matrix is an arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. Okay. If you go to module 5, giving you all the necessary information that you need with regards to matrix. Okay. So here's module 5. Here you have some exercises given. Okay. And in the beginning, it talks about matrix is an array of numbers written with a set of brackets and arranged in the patterns of rows, the rows going across, right, and the columns standing up straight. Horizontal for rows and vertical for columns. Here are some examples. Note that in each case, we have a rectangular pattern of numbers, and these numbers can be any numbers we choose: positive, negative, zero, fraction, decimals, even letters, because the letters are possible values that that are not known yet, so it is represented by a letter. So it is common to see letters in matrices. Here in this little rectangle, it says each number in a matrix is called an element. So each number is called an element. In this matrix, there are 4 elements. Identifying elements, consider the matrix P. So you have 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay. This matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns. So the size of a matrix, to mention the size of a matrix, you have to mention the number of rows first, and then the number of columns. Okay. Here it is. The size or dimension of a matrix is the number of rows by the number of columns in that order. Okay. So please bear that in mind. In that order. Rows times columns. All right. So here you have some examples. The matrix P has 2 rows and 3 columns. So its size is 2 by 3. We say that it is a 2 by 3 matrix. The size of matrices A, B, and C, D, and D are, that's a 2 by 2, 2 rows and 2 columns, 2 by 2. This one has 1 row and 4 columns, so that's a 1 by 4. Okay. So you have to mention, please take note with regards to size of matrices. Let's put that there. Rows times the columns. Okay. Matrix P is a 2 by 3 because 2 rows and 3 columns. 2 rows, 1, 2, and 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's a 2 by 3. And here you have the sizes of matrices A, B, C, and D. C is a 3 by 2 because C has 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so therefore, in the assignment 5, number 1, you've got A to D, the size. You can start with part A, the size of matrix A. So whilst I'm applying this concept to E, all right? So for answer, there are different ways you can write your answer, but you can just put okay, the size of, and I'm going to put the letter E, is a, so a sentence would be preferable here. Okay, here in the answer, they write the matrix first and then they put the size under it. If you want, you can do it like that, but you can write the size of A is. Oh, you don't have to write the size of B is. The size of E is, so let me count the rows, 1, 2, 3, so I write down 3. my times, and it's not 3 2s are 6. So that times there is not an operation. That times is like a description. So that doesn't mean you have to multiply 3 by 2 or 2 by 2. Okay, it stays that way. So it's a 3, and how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So it's a 3 by 3. Okay, so matrix E is a 3 by 3. The size of matrix E is 3 by 3. The size of matrix A is the number of rows times the number of columns. Always rows first. Matrices, very popular to focus on the rows first. Okay, and you'll be seeing that later down. All right, the size of the matrix, rows by column.